What is up guys, Sprout here, and today I'm bringing you a quick little guide on some preparation you can do before Warlords of Draenor does get here, because it's pretty much right around the corner. We've only got about 5 or 6 days left here, and before you know it, it's going to hit, and here's some guidelines you guys can follow to make sure you're ready for it. Okay guys, so the first topic I'm going over is a pretty obvious one, and that is gold. Now, gold's always important. You should always have a decent amount. And with WOD launching, there's going to be a ton of new stuff that you're going to need for enchants, gems, flasks, or food, or whatever you can think of. And there's two ways you can go with this. You can farm before WOD launches, and this is the way I'm choosing, because once WOD launches, you can farm it all up, but you're going to be wasting all that time when you could be gearing out with it. So that's why I'm getting all my gold now that I need. That way I can just jump straight into gearing, and I'm not going to have to waste as much time on farming. But I mean, if you're not really worried about gear, then by all means you can just kind of wait it out, because it is going to be a lot easier to make gold once WOD launches, because all the new mats are going to sell for really high prices and you're going to get a good chunk of change pretty soon. But I would say if you're under 10k, you might want to get farming, but a good comfort zone would probably be anywhere between 20 and 30,000 gold. So next here on the list is professions. And I'm sure by now most of you, or anybody who cares about professions, have already got them all maxed and set to go. And if you don't, I mean, you got all the time in the world to do it right now, so you might as well get those set. And this is really important, because once WOD launches, those level caps are going to be raised on your professions. And the sooner that you can level your stuff up, or your professions, and get the new stuff on the auction house, the better off you are. Because that way it's not going to be as swamped, your items are going to stick out more, and you're not going to have as much competition. You're going to make a pretty good buck off of them. So, but if you wait too long, I mean, and by too long I mean like 2 days into it to level it, the auction house is usually swamped by then with the new stuff, and you're going to be kind of like a needle in a haystack with your stuff. Okay, so now comes the actual like leveling preparation, and this is just basic stuff. I mean, once you get ready to level and everything, you should have flasks set, potions, food buffs, just have all that stuff set. I mean, it's real easy to have. I mean, it's not going to last too long, so you don't got to buy too many. I mean, a few of each and you should be fine, but that'll just kind of help you level along quicker. And the thing with that is, the quicker you level along, you're going to kind of, it's almost like a race. You want to keep ahead of everybody else, because once you get back in that cluster, your leveling slows down a lot, because a lot of people are going to be going for the same stuff. So any advantage you can get to get ahead of the game and move on before other people do, you want to definitely take it. Okay guys, so this next part is something I'm sure we're all guilty of, me especially at one point. Actually right now in the video it isn't that bad as it usually is, but you want to keep your bags clear. Just get rid of all the junk that you're not going to need, which you're not going to need 90% of your stuff that you usually have in there, I'm sure. But just keep them free. I mean, you're going to be picking up a lot of stuff when you're questing along, because I mean, we got 10 levels to go, and I can guarantee you your bags are going to look a little disruptive with all that stuff in there if you have a bunch of mop matches sitting in there. So just clean them up, make sure you're all set to go, and you know, bag space is good space. So you want to save all those mats that you get and not have to destroy them all while you're leveling along, and just post them on the auction house when you hit level 100. So this next one, guys, might seem a little silly and more common sense, but it's basically know where to go. Like, when WOD launches, you need to know what your action plan is, where everything takes place, and where you're going to start. I'm pretty sure it's all starting at the Dark Portal here, which, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are assuming that anyways, but it's just good to know, because I remember back in Kata when it started up and you could go to Vashir or Mount Heidel, it's like I had no idea what I was doing. I was like stumbling around trying to figure out what to do, and it's just lost time, and you don't want to do lost time, because then you're falling behind and you're going to be in the big cluster pack, and that's not going to be fun. Okay guys, so here's the big one, and the big one is a quest log. Now obviously you want to clear out all the quests from just Mist and Pandaria, because you're not really going to need all those uncompleted quests that you never really touched again. But also, I mean, this was, I remember a trick back in the day. I haven't heard too much about it this time around, or people saying it, but you want to try and get your quest log full, and you want to get it full with daily quests that you have already pre-completed. So that way when Warlord's Draenor launches, you can just go out and hand in a bunch of quests, and try and get as many as you can. I think the cap is still 25, but you just want to get those set, because once you hand all those in, that's going to be a really good chunk of XP. So I remember back in Kata when I did it, I think I got like a third of a level done within 5 minutes. And so that's just a lot of experience you can get completed and just out of the way, and it's just going to push you that much further ahead of everybody else. So get those daily quests done and just have them sit there in your log completed, and be out and get a route, figure it out. I mean, you don't want to be flying all over the place, so kind of make it one smooth flight path that you can just do to each little quest hub, and that way you can hand them in as quick as possible. Okay guys, so we're down to the last two here, and this one is no secret among PvPers, but just get your honor capped. Make sure it's set. I mean, I know right now it is really hard to get honor, even through skirmishes, but I mean, just get it set, because it's more you'll have done now, and you won't have to take care of it as much later, and that's less of a problem for you. Now, so this last one here, it's not a necessity. I mean, it all depends on your life schedule and what you got going on, but basically try and get to a sleep schedule where you'll be set, because I mean, it's going to be launched at midnight and you're going to be up late. So I mean, if you can get time off work, or you have the free time, or whatever your plans may be, I'm not suggesting you do this, just skip work to play WoW, but if you have the time, get set, take a nap before the launch, because it's going to be a long haul, and the longer you can stay up and the less fatigue you'll be, the better off you are. But that'll be it for this video guys, and I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, this is Spart out.